Hello students. So we shall continue with the same chapter Water by Chellapalli Swaruparani. So in the last class we had stopped in page number 131 and now we will continue from where we stopped. Okay, in the last class we saw how there was Karmacharu Suvitramma who raised voice against the community, higher community, and how the Wartner witnesses the centuries of social injustice. It is not just for this century, it is from past many years, many centuries. Okay, so and she always remembers how Vada people they have to wait for whole day to get a glass of water. Okay, so this is what the struggle the water witnesses from generations. Okay, so now we shall continue with the poem. Okay, we have to start from here. For us, water is not simply H2O. For us, water is a mighty movement. It is the Mahat struggle at the Chadar tank. A single drop of water embodies tears shed over several generations. In the many battles we fought for a single drop of water, our blood flowed like streams, but we never managed to win even a small puddle of water. Okay, so here the okay, the poet describes the poetess. Okay, the poetess Chellapalli Swaruparani, and you know that she is also from the Dalit community and she also belongs to the lower caste. Here, the poetess describes that water for them, for the Wada community or for the Dalit community, for them it is not just simply H2O. It is not a chemical formula. Okay, but for them, water is a mighty movement. Okay, it is like it is just like a movement. You know that several movements which has taken place in our society, like salt satyagraha, anti-social movement, and many things for the people of our country. Okay, and especially Ambedkar has fought many struggles for the people of Dalits. Okay, so and you have to always remember that person for very good thing he did, because he has added SCs and SCs as a, I mean, they get reservation in the society. Okay, so and he, the constitution also recognizes such people. Okay, so yeah, she also remembers, I mean, she thinks of it is a mighty movement, that water is a mighty movement, and it is a Mahat struggle at the Chadar tank. Okay, so she compares that struggle they have for water to the struggle at the Chadar tank, the Mahat struggle. Okay, so here Ambedkar fought for the people of Dalits. Okay, and he also participated in many movements which was related to water. Okay, because water is a basic necessity, so you have to get water. Okay, without water you can't live. So that's how water is important for everyone. And it is believed that all the Dalit men and women one day went to Chadar tank. Okay, so what is this incident about Mahat struggle at the Chadar tank? So I will explain you that. So one day it is believed that all the Dalit men and women went to the Chadar tank and dipped their hands into the water, only to proclaim to the village people that they were opposing the norms. Okay, so this movement, what is this Mahat movement, Mahat struggle at the Chadar tank, was that all the Dalit men and women one day they went to the Chadar tank. Okay, Chadar tank, and they dipped their hands, all these lower caste people. Okay, the Dalits, the Panchamas. Okay, so they went to the near to the tank and they dipped their hands into the water. Okay, and yeah, they dipped their hands in the water only to show or to proclaim that they were opposing the norms. Okay, the to proclaim to the village people, the higher caste people, that they were opposing the norms which was in the community. Okay, and yeah, Ambedkar also told that we know that this water, this water at the Chadar tank is used for the auspicious occasion. Okay, it is used for festival, it is used for auspicious occasions, pujas. Okay, but we understand everything, but why it is always us who are who are not given opportunity to touch the water, who are not even have the right to fetch the water. Okay, so this is the struggle they fought for the water. Okay, so and we will continue. A single drop of water embodies tears shed over several generations. Okay, so here uh, for the people like the poetess, okay, even the poetess, since she's a Dalit, she says a single drop of water makes them recollect tears shed over generations. Okay, so for a single drop of water, they wait for whole day for a glass of water. And the water also witnesses that the people, the Wada community or the Dalit community people, how they have shed their tears, how they have cried, how they have struggled, fought for a single drop of water. Okay, so in the many battle we fought us for a single drop of water, our blood flows like a streams. Okay, so they have fought for the water and they have shed their tears over generations. There were many battles fought for for the single drop of water. Okay, and in this process many people lost their lives. Okay, so while fighting for the sake of water, many people died. Okay, and it was just like a blood flowed like streams. Okay, so it was just like a blood which flowed like a river. Okay, that's how people lost their lives fighting for water, struggling for water. Okay, and yeah, but we never managed to win even a small puddle of water. Okay, and then they say, I mean the poetess say that even if we fought, even if we shed our tears, even if we fought, and even if we lost our lives and blood flowed like river, yet we couldn't get a small puddle of water. Puddle is very small quantity. Okay, so she's telling here that even after struggling so much, even after fighting so much, they was not able to even get a puddle of water. Okay, puddle is lesser than a bucket. Okay, so yeah, this is how she explains. Okay, even after so much struggle, even after so much fight or opposing to the norms, fighting back against the higher caste, they was not able to get what. Okay, okay, the next paragraph. When I see water, I remember how we welcomed our weekly bath as if it was a wondrous festival, while the entire village bathed luxuriously twice a day. So here, the poetess at her own community, at the Dalit community, appeared to be a cursed one. Okay, it is just like they are as if the people of Dalit, the people of Panchama community, as if they were cursed, as if it was like some curse given to them, because there were occasions when the community doesn't have an opportunity to take a bath every day. Okay, so she says they was not given an opportunity to take this community, Dalit community or the Wada community, they was not given an opportunity to take bath every day. Okay, it was only a weekly once they could take bath. Okay, weekly once they could take bath, and they were never given the opportunity to take bath every day because they was not given water. Okay, and every week, once in a week, they used to take bath, and it was just like as if it is a wondrous festival. Taking bath once in a week was just like a festival for them. Okay, as if there is a festival and they are taking bath. Okay, so once in a week they could take bath, and it was seen as a wondrous festival because they was getting water. Okay, and while the entire village bathed luxuriously twice a day. Okay, so on the other hand, so these people, the Wada community and or the Dalit community, they used to bath weekly once. Okay, on the other hand, the entire village could luxuriously bath twice a day. The other people who belong to the upper caste, they used to take bath twice a day. Okay, so and these people was taking bath once in a week. Okay, this clearly narrates the pathetic state in which the Panchamas were, and that is the main reason for the living. Okay, so how it shows, it clearly shows and narrates the pathetic state in which the Panchamas were, and since they are Panchamas, it is the reason for this kind of living. Okay, so when I see water, I remember my childhood. So here the poetess, whenever she sees water, she always gets an opportunity to recollect her childhood. Okay, she's recollecting or she's remembering her childhood. Okay. Okay, what is the thing that she remembers from her childhood? She says that she recollects her childhood, she remembers her childhood when she sees water. Okay, so when we walked a mile to reach the big canal and carried back heavy pots with the muscles and veins on our necks straining and bursting. Okay, so here, as I already told you, she's saying by witnessing water or by seeing water, she remembers or she gets an opportunity to recollect her childhood. She is able to remember the pain that she and her friends experienced when they had to carry heavy pots and on their necks would start aching very badly. Okay, so they have to walk miles. Okay, miles together, and she and her friends have to go to the big canal in the outskirts of the village, and they have to carry heavy pots on their neck. Okay, and muscles and veins on our necks were straining and bursting. So since they was carrying heavy pots, okay, their necks would start aching very badly. Okay, they had to walk miles to reach a canal and almost had to steal water from them. It was just like they have to walk miles together, and it was just like a stealing the water from there. Okay, because they were not allowed to fetch water by themselves, and they was giving a small they were be given they were given a small amount of water. Okay, so it was just like walking a miles and stealing the water because the quantity was very less. Okay, so we shall stop here and we shall continue in the next class.